So after 6 months or so of randomly starting the Toronto Real after joining the Academy, the first year was really cool. I learned a lot, and there's a lot coming up for the New Year's. I don't know exactly what. There's going to be more interviews for more interesting people and a better set. So I just finished up the first interview in December that's going to come up in 2016, like our first interview in 2016 with a musician. So let me just try to do this. Let's do this again. I'm doing it again. Hello, this is MJ from Toronto Real. It is now almost the end of the year. Who would have thought that at the beginning of 2015, I would be in a room with professional lights on a selfie, talking about my show on YouTube. You never know what can happen in a year. But yeah, it happened. Mid-year, July or so, I started the Toronto Real podcast just after joining in the Academy. And that is thanks to Brian, of course, and thanks to Olive, who was like, you should do Toronto Real. And I started thinking about it. I'm like, why not? Seemed like a good idea. And I did. So this year, this half of year, I had 5 really amazing guests. So I just wanted to take the time to say thank you to my first 5 guests on Toronto Real. The first one was Jade Jagger-Clark, who is if you saw the video, is an instructor of dance. She's the owner of a hip-hop dance school in Hamilton, and she was the first one that I contacted because I thought she had a really cool story, and I learned a lot from Jade. So thank you, Jade, for being my first guest, even though I didn't have the lights and I didn't have the sound and all of this. It was really just do it and learn from it. But I definitely learned a lot about perseverance and about going for what you want and not be afraid to do something that's off path. So that there's a lot of really good things that I learned from you, Jade, and I encourage you, the viewers, to, if you haven't seen the video, to go check it out. And listen, she was recently on the Ellen Show, doing the stuff that we talked about, kind of promoting yourself, and that landed her on the Ellen Show. Yeah, I learned a lot, and I'm still learning a lot from Jade. My second guest was Oliver Manalese, who's a breakthrough coach. Thank you, Oliver, for being my second guest. Even though like I only had one show out, you're like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And we had some very interesting conversation about how to become essentially a better version of yourself. And one thing that I take away from that a lot was the importance of space, to allow yourself some space to be able to figure out what you're supposed to do next, as opposed to jumping from one thing to the other. So that was one of the great lessons. There's a lot of great stuff that I learned as well from Oliver. So thank you for being my guest number 2. My third guest was John Waterloo, who came all the way from the UK and was passing by Toronto and accepted my invitation to come and talk about his ayahuasca experience, and how that changed his life. And I learned a lot about the importance of vulnerability and introspection, because I don't think he realized how courageous it is for some of us to see somebody who's just putting it all out there no matter what, and keep growing and learning. And I learned a lot from that, and I also learned about, I guess, the importance of the power of love, of self-love and love in general, and how the aha moment for me when I was going through our interview was like how important and how everything about life at the end of the day is about love. That's what I gained from that, and I'm really happy that he started vlogging a little bit more, and hopefully we'll see more. But there's another one, there's vlog number 10, and I encourage you to go see it. So thank you, John, for that. Oh, and also thank you for the float. He had an extra float session ticket that he gave me, so I was able to experience float at Float Toronto, and yeah, I'm definitely going to do it again. It was a very good, relaxing experience, and I wouldn't have been able to put myself out there, I guess, for that. It's not a lot for some people, but for me it was a little scary, but I was like, let's try it. It's an invitation, I'll do it. So thank you for that. My fourth guest was Ron Sang. Ron Sang, who's the communication coach, who has a book that's coming out in a couple weeks, from ovation to sending, from presentation to sending ovation. Ron Sang, super cool guy. Like I said in the interview, I've learned a lot of little tips and tricks. Now a thing that I have with me all the time is my list, or can you see this thing? My list of things to do before the interview. I actually did the Wonder Woman pose before to kind of get a little bit more of the energy pumping. And like I said, I have the book not too far from me, and I keep learning a couple things, integrating them into my videos, and they'll keep improving. Oh, and also another thing that was really cool that I learned from Ron is the benefit of having a mic. So now I have a little mic here that I got for Christmas that I use, and you're going to see the sound is a lot better with that. And my last guest of the year was Peter Assentoff. Peter Assentoff was really cool. Thank you as well for being a guest on my show. I learned a lot about what's out there, like how the world that is presented to us is so small. And if you take the time to start opening up and paying attention and learning from people that have a different experience that are not conventional, but they're actually help. Like, you might not be able to explain it scientifically yet, but it works, and it does some really, really great things. So Peter had an amazing story about how he became a lifestyle facilitator and coach. And yeah, that was very, very cool. So thank you for that. Oh, thank you as well for the, I don't have them with me, but there's the essential oils that was really cool. So as I'm finishing this, I'm going to have my little assistant. He's coming. Oh, it's not open, sorry. My little assistant, come on in. Come on in, Papa. Yay. And as we finish the year, he's not usually on the interviews because he would steal the show. He's just too cute. But he's been in the background, helping me out slowly but surely, improving the studio, which is essentially a boardroom, by adding the light. Like, I've been learning so much in the past couple of months, adding the light, adding the mic, rearranging the cameras and things like that. And this little guy has been helping me doing that as well. So, whoops, and now I'm going to lose my thing. All right, so as I finish the year, I just wanted to say thank you for the inspiration, the encouragement, and for all the guests who came to the first year of the show. I already have a guest that I just finished with who's going to come, like I said, in January. He's one of the episode's going to be out in January, and hopefully another guest already booked, which is crazy because this was not the plan, but we'll see where this goes. It's all about the journey, like Brian says. So Happy New Year, happy holidays to everyone. Happy New Year. Looking forward to another interesting year with unexpected things. And you'll see what happens with that show with more guests. So thank you for you who watch the video and comment and enjoy and like. This basically tells me that I'm doing a good job, that you're learning from it, and you're enjoying the guests that I am curating for this channel. So Happy New Year's, all the best to you, and may all your goals and dreams for 2016 become a reality. And I hope that you get some inspiration from the lives of the people that I put on the show to kind of give you that little spark or that little clue to be able to get you to the next level, wherever that is going to be. So other than that, I'll see you the next time. All right, bye. Newton, you want to say bye? You want to say bye to the people? Bye. Say bye, Papa.